Yes, brother. What's happening, mate? Can you hear me? Seem to know. Make sure my sound's working. Yes, George. How's it going, pal? I thought I'd just jump on. I didn't post the video today, so I thought I better jump on for about 20 minutes. And then the new week starts on Monday. Everything will be back to normal. Schedule will be back to normal. All the kids are back at school. It's been a hectic one for everybody. Everyone's dropped off this past month. I know you have. I get all the DMs off everybody. I myself have also dropped off, but we're back. I'll only be online today for 20 minutes, but from next week, it's going to be regular again. We're going to go back to normal 1 hour every single week on the weekend, Sunday. Louis Walker, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Any questions, man? Ask me some questions. Free. Is that Thailand hours or chef? Back in UK, so it will be Sheffield hours, Sheffield time, if you know what that is. So yeah, you guys who are in the chat, at least if you can, press the like so it kind of spreads the message a little bit. I'm on a budget at the minute. Does protein brand matter? Only one shake a day, as you know. Okay, it's a tough one, that. Yes and no. Let me explain why it does and why it doesn't. So protein brands, obviously the best ones in my opinion, are Dymatize, ON, and what's the other one? Cytec. They're very good brands. You can, and the only thing it does is they digest better, so you don't get as gassy. And then there's other stuff like My Protein, bulk powders, some of the cheap brands that you can buy. Now, the protein content isn't as good in them, so they make you a little bit more gassy. So it's a double-edged sword in a sense where I don't think you need protein powder. I think just have the whole foods, personally. One shake a day. Yeah, I don't think you need it, bro. Don't worry about it. If it's just one shake, whole foods. But yeah, it kind of does matter. The brands definitely do matter in a nutshell. In a nutshell, what is TRT? Ahagahafa. Okay, TRT. I don't know if I can show you guys on live. I've actually got some right here. TRT basically, right, is this. Think of it as like this. Testosterone replacement therapy. That's all it stands for. So why is it called testosterone replacement therapy and not called steroids? If you were to take steroids, the sole purpose of taking steroids is to build muscle or burn fat or to get strong or whatever your goal is. You want to achieve your goal quicker, faster, shorter, healthier, unhealthier, however you want to see fit. Everyone's a little bit different. Testosterone replacement means this. Let's say you measured your testosterone at its peak as a teenager. So if you were 19 or maybe as a young adult, 20, 21, 22, when we believe the testosterone is at its peak. So let's say for argument's sake, your testosterone at its peak was at 100. Later on in life, you hit 25, 26, 27, 30 years old, you get your blood work done and your testosterone is at 50. You think, oh shit, it's half. So all you want to do is replace what you had at your peak. So you want to take the right amount, hire a good coach like myself, who will tell you exactly what to take, the right amount, in order to get your peak back. And possibly a little bit, like 10, 20% over your peak. Now, if you're going to go 50% over your peak, then I would class that as TRT plus. If you're to go 100% over your peak, I would class that as steroids. So that is what the difference between steroids and TRT is. Yes, you're using the same compounds. It should be called something else, I know, but there's a lot of things at the minute that are called the same thing, like women are called the same thing. I'm not going to get into it too much, but you get what I'm trying to say. So TRT, the difference between TRT and steroids is that. And what TRT is we're just replacing our testosterone that they took from us. That's all we're doing. OCK, why is the new TRT better than the old one? Okay, so if you're talking about my new TRT protocol, let me just talk about that. My new TRT protocol includes 5 TRT plus cycles. Yes. So not only do you get TRT, you get 5 TRT plus cycles. What to look for in blood work, how to read blood work, and if there's anything off in your blood work, which supplementation stack works the best whilst on TRT. Also, additional to that, you get a pregnancy protocol. And the pregnancy protocol, for many guys out there who are trying to have kids, get their missus pregnant, they struggle when they're on TRT or whether they're on steroids or they're just a normal guy. And yes, normal guys struggle. Every single person struggles. Well, not every single person, but everyone struggles. There's some guys can just get it done like that. Some guys will take tren and can conceive. It doesn't matter. But if you take the TRT protocol and you take the pregnancy protocol, then the chances of getting your missus pregnant are 150%, backed by science in my lab. So that's the difference. That's the add-on. Yeah, it makes sense. I hate the gassy feeling. Okay, and I'm talking there. I'm assuming you're talking about protein shakes. Louis Walker, I eat 5-6 pieces of fruit every day, wanting to replace fruit with something more beneficial and also convenient. What would you suggest? I already eat lots of nuts. Okay, so first of all, bro, if you're saying to me that you're eating 5 or 6 pieces of fruit split throughout the day, you're doing it wrong. And the reason why you're doing it wrong is this. Fruit is just fructose, and fructose broken down, converts into glycogen, which is sugar. You do not want to spike insulin 5 or 6 times per day. That's not how it works. If you want to eat fruit, have it all in one sitting. That is it. If you want to do it, breakfast, before training, or after training, pick one. Unless you're a bodybuilder and you want to spike insulin multiple times a day, then that's different. This isn't bodybuilding advice, I hope. And if you are asking for bodybuilding advice, then I would say we need to be a little bit more specific, because bodybuilding advice always, first thing you look at when it comes to bodybuilding advice is, I don't deal with natty guys. I don't believe in natty guys. Forget those. First thing you look at when it comes to bodybuilding diet or bodybuilding training or bodybuilding, anything. What is your gear? What cycle are you taking? Once you know what cycle that person's taking, then you can tell them how much food to eat, how much carbs to eat, how much protein to eat, and how much everything else there is. So 5 or 6 pieces of fruit a day. If it's all in one sitting, fine. If you're spreading it out, don't do that, bro. And what was the question anyway, by the way? Something else. That's enough, bro. You don't need to eat something else. Will the protocol be in the dojo? Yes, the protocol will be in the dojo, launching very, very soon. Like, I'm getting very close to it. I just wanted to get this TRT thing out of the way first. TRT is done now. As you guys know, it's all live completely. It's all done. It's completely live. I'm just going to do a couple of adverts for that. And then the next step is the dojo. Dojo is happening ASAP. It's coming to you guys very, very soon. Jew, Bilan, when you're doing StreamYard, bro, you just reminded me, StreamYard. I'm actually going to make a note of this StreamYard now, because that is a great idea. So I'm going to make a note of that. If you don't mind, Jew, Bilan, can you just tell me exactly, is it an app or is it something I physically need to buy? Either way, I will purchase it, mate. So I'm just typing in now StreamYard. And from next week, in fact, what I'll do from next week, definitely not that. From next week, what I'll do is I'll get people on live so I can speak to them one-on-one. Mohammed, just join the live chat for a natty. Does one always lose muscle as well as fat when losing weight? No, very, very hard to lose muscle. I don't care if you're natty or enhanced or TRT, whatever you want to call it. You look at guys, I'm just going to say pro bodybuilders because that's the best example we can use. And they want to retire, they want to lose muscle. It's almost impossible for them to come down in body weight when it comes to muscle tissue. I myself haven't eaten more than 50 grams of protein for the past 6 months. I have not lost any muscle. If you're training heavy, you're training right, you're eating the right amount of food, not always need to count protein. If you're having a good amount of fats, you will not lose muscle. In fact, I almost think that it's not impossible, but it's very, very hard to lose real muscle. When you start dieting, if you start feeling a little bit flatter and feel a little bit smaller, what happens is it's just muscle glycogen. It's just salt and water in between your muscles. That's going out. So when people say, I don't want to lose muscle when I'm dieting, bro, you're kidding yourself. Get the fat off first. You will not lose muscle. So hopefully that answers the question. When you lose fat, you lose fat. You will look smaller because of muscle glycogen, but you are not losing muscle. Mitril on 210 test. On 210 test TRT, I added that's a funny amount to be taking, bro. I don't know I don't know where you got that from. I'm assuming you put 250, but okay. 210 test TRT, I added 140 mass and huge difference to physique. Many guys will tell you would get zero from that. I agree, bro. I agree 100%. Most people would think that you're going to need minimum 500 grams of test. And when it comes to Mastron recently in the bodybuilding world, well, I don't want to say recently, but it's come to light more recently. People are doing doses of 800, 1200, 1500 milligrams of Mastron because they've known how much of a good drug it is. I myself will use, I don't know if I can show you, but I was literally just going to load for the week. So as you guys know, if you watch my TRT protocol, I load for the week. So my mast is over here. And this mast is 200 milligram. So at the minute, I'm not taking it, but I'm going to be loading everything now. And I'm going to show you guys now why I'm on a little bit of a heavier cycle because I want to add some muscle. So I'm going to show you guys on YouTube. You're going to watch me add muscle. I'm going to add at least 5 kg of muscle. That's what I want to get to. So all that action is coming very, very soon. And when I mean very soon, I mean from Tuesday or Wednesday. In fact, no, I lie. It'll be Wednesday. Yeah, definitely Wednesday or Thursday, possibly. The videos are going to start coming of me training every single day. I've got my own little setup now. I'm going to show you guys. I don't want to say too much yet. You'll see exactly what is coming. Okay, let's get through a couple of these. Hi, Headley. Hi, love your advice. The best ever. Men's Health Clinic looks only to optimize levels, which for me is 0.07 milligrams a day and the same HCG. I felt great. But when I doubled the dose on M1 test, it all went wrong. Bro, I don't know about that amount, 0.07 milligrams. I'm assuming that's not a lot. I don't even know why you'd want to take that. Now, that is really, really low. If anything, it's trace amounts. 7, unless you mean 7 milligram. I don't know. But even 7 milligrams, not a lot. Maybe 70 would be low, but 7 is too little. HCG, why would you want to take HCG with it? I don't really know the question there, bro. I felt good, but when I doubled the dose and M1T, it all went wrong. Bro, you need to explain a little bit more. I do apologize, man. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't know, but it's not making much sense to me, that question. I do apologize. Imran Khan, Baji, how come I'm always sweating? I don't know, bro. You must be doing some extra curriculum activities. That's all I can think of. Or depending on where you live, it gets very hot. Maybe. Could be that. Mohammed, okay, so please, why I've lost strength on bench press? I've lost 2 stone in weight. Okay, I'll explain this one. So when it comes to powerlifting, if you guys don't know, I'm actually from powerlifting background. Before I did anything else, before I do bodybuilding, I'm a powerlifter. Now, when it comes to bench press, weight moves weight. So the bigger you are, the more weight you can technically shift to a degree. Don't hold me to that, but yes, it does work. When you're squatting and you're deadlifting, it's not always true. So I'm not me personally, but I've seen people lose 2 stone and doesn't affect their squat, doesn't affect their deadlift. But when it comes to the bench, it does affect it. So why it does that, I don't know. Maybe because of the angle where it is, like you're laying down. And also, like, when your elbows break parallel. So if you were bigger, the break parallel level would be here, if that makes sense. As you lose weight, you're going to break parallel. So you're not break parallel, but you're going to go past parallel. So you actually got more range of motion if you are smaller and thinner. So maybe the 2 stone you lost has made you a little bit slimmer. So I don't know. It could be that, but it is very common for you to lose weight. To lose strength, especially in the bench press. And also, I'm going to add another kicker to that as well. When you lost weight or you lost 2 stone, what kind of diet was you using? And what training protocol was you using? Also, were you doing any cardio? Was you taking any TRT? Was you taking any steroids? everything. You've got to compound everything together to figure out the answer for that. It's very difficult for me to just a blanket statement and say, yeah, that should happen. Daniel Gold, hey Fadi, I could really use your assistance, brother. I've had my left shoulder dislocated 3 times. Just some background info. I have epilepsy. So when I have seizures, I lose consciousness and fall, which led to the shoulder dislocations. Doctors are suggesting surgery, but I'd rather explore alternatives. Can you please recommend something to help me with this shoulder issue? Your guidance means a lot. Okay, Danielle Gold. First of all, I will put a blanket statement to this. I don't think you need surgery. There's so many things out there that I would say use that first to strengthen your shoulder. You can just Google it, man. I'm not an expert in shoulder dislocations, but I know and I've heard enough about from other people that you do not need the surgery. Many guys out there will be able to walk you through that process. I would, for this particular case, I would say you need to have a PT in person. Like, it's not always advised, you don't need it. Everything's done online now, but when it comes to shoulder dislocations, you really need somebody to show you the details. Unless you're a fast learner, then hit me up on fadihussein.com, get some coaching with me. We'll discuss it. We'll get on the voice note, on the FaceTime, and hopefully I can guide you the best that way. Unfortunately, bro, that's a hard thing for me to guide you with on here. But I will do the blanket statement on this and say, do not get surgery. Buffy Ayo and the Boombox. I was binge watching your videos for the past hour. I had no idea you were on live until the last video ended. Yo, bro, I love the whole wrestling shit, man. Listen, I love it. It's amazing. I follow you as well, in case you didn't know. I follow you. I love all the wrestling stuff that you put up on a daily basis, bro. And I watch it. I don't skip your stories. I love it, man. Keep it up. I'm going to say something to you, though, Buffy Ayo. You put a video up the other day of you looking, or was it today, of you looking very lean. Bro, you were looking good then, man. You need to get back in that shape. I don't know what you're looking like now, but I'm just judging off your videos that you recently put up and the old one that you put up today. And I was like, yo, this dude is jacked and lean as well at the same time. So get back on it. Whatever you were doing, that's what you need to do. And next time I'm in China, you better invite me to one of your shows, man, because I want to come and see that. Okay, what was next? Ikram Razak. Hello, brother. How's the dojo getting on and what's your favorite curry? Okay, dojo. I explained earlier on. I'm sure you just probably joined the chat. Dojo is coming on very, very strong. Over 150 videos. So the second you jump on the dojo now, there's going to be more than 150 videos on there. If I was to put a time on it, I would say there's definitely more than 10 hours of content. Definitely more than 10 hours of content, and more content is going to get added every single week. That's why it's going to be a subscription site. It's going to be very, very cheaply priced. I'm aiming between 10 to 15 pounds a month. No sign-up fee. Hopefully, that's where we're going to go with that. But I will explain more in due course. So where are we? Okay, Methril. Ever notice fatigue and not feeling so great using Proviron long-term when feeling phenomenal? One, stopping it. Mass seems to work far better for me as TRT add-on. Yeah, Mass is good for the TRT add-on. I would always say you can cycle between that and Primo. And have I ever felt fatigued on Proviron? So Proviron isn't going to do much for fatigue. Proviron is great for libido. Libido is the main thing the Proviron is for. If you were to just like put it in a box, I would say it's for libido. But then the other effects of it are anti-estrogenic benefits from it, mental, cognitive, benefits from it. There's so many to list, and it all depends on your body fat percentage. If you're very lean, you're going to have way more benefits from Proviron than you are just, a decent hard-on. But who doesn't want a decent hard-on, bro? So where are we? Bro, please do a video on warm-up stretches for legs. Okay, I just explained. I'll explain it again. I've got my own setup now, and I'm going to be doing more gym content. In fact, I say more. It's going to be every single day. So there's going to be one video every day and one gym-related video every single day, because I want to push this YouTube now. We're going double a day. So yeah, it's coming soon, bro. Louis Walker, what do you think of Eddie Abu content? I love the guy, man. I haven't watched all of it, but often people send me stuff, little clips, and I'm like, yo, this guy's sick. I love the guy. And the best thing I like about Eddie Abu, right? Is that his name? Eddie Abu. Any guy out there in the UK who thinks to criticize him or says, well, actually, this is the way you should do it, or this is the way we should do that, This guy has been on stage with Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Kevin Levrone, Flex Wheeler, all the greats in bodybuilding. He's been to the Mr. Olympia stage, been in phenomenal shape. He won Mr. Britain many years ago. One of the best physiques in Europe, one of the best physiques in the world at any given time. Who the hell are you to tell him? I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying, like, these people that criticize him. Listen, man, you gotta know your space sometimes, and that's the same goes, for anyone. If someone's in better shape than you or whatever, fair enough. But this guy is amazing, man. So I love the guy. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10 for Eddie, man. I need to watch more of his content because a lot of people have drawn similarities with me and Eddie, and that's a compliment for me because this guy is one of the top pro bodybuilders, or was at one time anyway. And I think it was harder those days to be a pro bodybuilder than it is today. So even better than what people would call a bodybuilder nowadays. Right, I've lost the link here. Okay, where are we? Here we are. Headley, the insulin needle is marked 1, 2, 3, etc. My measure per day would be 7 or just 3 markers down from 1. When I double the dose, I was on 1.4 swings. Bro, Headley, here's the thing, right? Every single thing is dosed differently. So to give you an example, the testy that I've got here is 250 milligrams. I now have to work out what each point is worth. So, for example, if I was to take 0.1, it would be divided by 10. So it'd be 25 milligram. So you've got to do the maths on yours. Everyone's is different. So it's very hard for me to answer that question, brother. Ekram Razak, 16 tuned in, only 5 likes. Come on, guys, smash the like button. Yo, listen to the guy, bro. Come on, smash the like button. We need to push this even more. Right, Louis Walker, best way to get your veins popping, lose body fat. And then obviously you can manipulate carbohydrates and fats and stuff like that. If you've got a photo shoot coming up, or if you're going to the beach, live in a hot country, use the sauna. There's so many different ways, but the number one thing to get veiny is to lose body fat. That's the number one way. And if you're lean, you're gonna get veins popping. The video quality is really bad today. I don't know why. I'm using the camera here. I don't know what's going on with it, but as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. Do you think there's a reason TRT isn't pushed more in places like Europe, since there is testosterone crisis that gets worse every year? Did you say, do I think there's a reason? Of course I think there's a reason, bro. Do I want to mention it on here? I'm going to talk in codes. I can't mention everything on here. In a sentence, they don't want men to be men. Why? You got to figure that out yourself. Why do you think they don't want us to be, the alphas? And why do you think the second we speak about something positive, we're called toxic? Why do you think women are told and given nowadays, they are given this power because they get, a couple of swipe rights on Tinder, or because a couple of thirsty guys in the inboxes on Instagram? That's why. And yes, more easily controlled. I'll give you an example. There's a couple of friends of mine from some Scandinavian countries, and they can't even take testosterone in that country. If they are found to get too big and too jacked, this is no joke, the police will raid their house, grab them, and arrest them and put them in jail and put something against them. So, and some bodybuilders, I'll tell you this now, yeah, and you can Google this if you don't believe me. Bodybuilders will never go to Sweden. There will not be a Swedish pro ever. There will never be a Swedish, when I say Swedish pro, I don't mean a Swedish pro bodybuilder. Of course, there's many Swedish pro bodybuilders. Well, there's not many, but people from Sweden can become bodybuilders. But bodybuilders will not do an expo in Sweden. Or is it Norway? One of those kind of countries, bro, the Scandinavian countries, yeah? They don't go there because the police many years ago grabbed an IFBB bodybuilder called Tony Freeman and locked him up. Well, they didn't lock him up for too long, but a day or two he spent in prison because he was too big. That is it. They said, you're on steroids. Steroids are illegal. And he never had any steroids on him. So that's just one country. Other countries are following suit. You know what they did in America? If there's any American guys over here, you can answer for me. In fact, you know this. You can just make sure that what I'm saying is right. You can no longer get testosterone without proper prescription, whereas back in the days you could just get it. So things are getting harder and harder. And how good is the UK? The best the UK does is give us Nebido, and that's if we beg for it. 1 shot. Sorry, they give us 4 shots once every 12 weeks. Anybody who knows anything about steroids or about testosterone knows that is the worst possible way to take it. Why? Because the second you spike your testosterone high again, then it goes low after a week. Then they're not giving you anything for 11 weeks. And what happens in that 11 weeks? You feel anxious. You feel depressed. You've got no libido. You're arguing with your missus. You don't want to go to work. You're looking crap. You're adding fat. You're losing muscle. All these things are taking place. Then they jack you back up again. So, yes, I don't want to go off tangent there. But anyway, you get the reason what I'm trying to say. Chris Hart. The analogy you gave the other day, have them guys built that house yet? Exactly, bro. You tell them. You let them know, bro. Adam Dawson, what do you think of Eddie Abu and his views? Just answer that question. Great guy, great views. From what I've seen, if you're talking about a specific view that I don't know about, then please make me aware of it. Maybe he said something that I don't know. I'm not saying all his views are correct. I haven't seen all his views, but from what I have seen, well, I'll tell you how I have seen it. People have just texted me saying, Fadi, this is very similar to what you say. And I watched it and thought, yeah, nice, good. That's all. So maybe he's got some opposing views to mine. I don't know. Mithril, oh, I know, man, more easily controlled. Yeah, not questioned, but I love your knowledge. You're full of it. Thank you very much, Jode B. Appreciate that. Right, guys, we got like another 2 minutes and then I'm gone. So any questions, bang them in. I think I've answered all the questions there. I didn't think many people would be online today, but from next week, I think I'm going to pick a time, 7 o'clock next week, UK time. So GMT for those guys living abroad. And we're going to get into it now proper. I think the insulin syringe is the standard measure of units. So my daily dose adds up to a full syringe per week. But when I was taking 2 syringe loads per week, it caused a problem. Headley, again, bro, you're talking in syringes. It's very confusing, bro, because you can put 2 mixtures in one thing and not be taking a lot. So you need to talk in milligrams is probably the best way. Ekram Razak, how much TRT can I bring back from Turkey with 2 adults? Okay. Whoa, should I be answering this? Yeah, okay. I'll give you an example, right? So I did have a box here. Okay, I'll just use an example. I've got some aspirin. So I've got an aspirin box here. When you get TRT in Turkey or in Pakistan, you normally get 3 vials in one box, or you normally get 1 vial in one box. You take all the contents out of the box and you just put 10 vials in one box. And I think you're allowed to bring, don't hold me by this, but if you bring about 10 boxes of that back, you'll be okay. Go to customs, go straight through the customs and say, yeah, this is myself, it's personal use. And while you do that, here's a tip for you guys. Here's a tip. Go on the website that's called .gov.net. Something, yeah, gov.net, the British website. Anyone who's in the UK, you know this website. Anything legal related is on this website. Go on it, click on the section where it says Class B. It's going to say steroids. When you click on steroids, at the bottom of that, what's going to happen is it's going to tell you that steroids are legal if you buy them from another country and you can bring them into this country for personal use. You screenshot that, save it on your phone, and then if you go to any customs, well, not any customs, but customs in the UK, any airport, show them that. They cannot say anything to you. That one's for free, bro. Anyway, last couple of these messages. Thank you, bro. Work out the milligrams. Can't quit. Okay, I don't know what that means. Buffy AO, much appreciated, Fadi, especially coming from someone I look up to. I'm currently about 3 weeks out from my physique I had in the video. Next time you're here, I'll be in need of some heal. Yes, bro, I like it. I like it. There, man. Keep it up, bro, because I watched that video and I thought, yo, this guy's in some good shape, man. Definitely, man. When I'm there, I think I can tell you now it's going to be around November time. So that's when I'm looking at flying out next. Headley, can't wait for the next chat. Ekram, both my sisters follow you and Eddie now on Instagram because they watch me lose all that way. Ekram, appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. You've always supported from day one, man. Right, guys, I'm gone. See you next week. And throughout the week, if you see my videos anywhere, just hit like and make a comment as well. See you later, man. Respect.